saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
Wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too.
I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation.
If somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
Amid the escalating legal battle between billionaire Elon Musk and Hollywood star Whoopi Goldberg, an unexpected event has occurred. Whoopi Goldberg unexpectedly left the United States, with the timing of her disappearance coinciding with the FBI issuing a warrant for her arrest. Could this be mere coincidence, or does it signal the existence of a hidden secret? Following the tense lawsuit with Elon Musk, all eyes have turned to Whoopi, and her disappearance has sent shockwaves through the public. What could she have done to prompt such decisive action from the FBI? Join us today as we uncover the untold details of this case. Do you dare to dive deeper into this investigation to uncover the truth? The confrontation between Goldberg and Musk. The sudden departure of Whoopi Goldberg, one of Hollywood's biggest icons, from the United States has shocked the public and become a heated topic of discussion on social media and news platforms. The reason behind this event is believed to be related to an FBI warrant issued following a complex and controversial lawsuit filed by billionaire Elon Musk. Rumors began circulating when some sources revealed that Goldberg boarded a private flight late at night, just hours before the arrest warrant was officially issued. Goldberg's destination remains a mystery, fueling public speculation about her current whereabouts. Some theories suggest that the actress fled to Europe or a country without an extradition treaty with the US. The secrecy surrounding the flight, coupled with the coincidental timing of her departure, has led to speculation that Goldberg might have known about the warrant in advance and meticulously prepared an escape plan. According to some sources, she consulted legal and security experts to ensure her journey was as safe as possible. However, Goldberg's actions have sparked numerous questions and debates. Her fans expressed concern, surprise, and even anger over the incident. On forums and social media, many shared their affection and memories of the actress, while hoping she can overcome this ordeal. Nonetheless, some questioned the credibility of the information surrounding the event, suggesting there might be more to the story. To better understand this strange conflict, we need to revisit the events leading up to it. The saga began with Goldberg's public criticisms of the controversial policies of former President Donald Trump's administration, particularly those related to deportation and personal freedoms. As a prominent host of The View, Goldberg frequently used her influence to speak out on political and social issues. During one broadcast, she voiced concerns that Trump's policies could lead to wrongful deportations, potentially targeting legal citizens. She emphasized, "If they can come and take someone just because they decide you're that person, then any of us could be deported to a country we've never even set foot in." These remarks quickly became a media flashpoint, drawing the attention of Elon Musk, a well-known supporter of the Trump administration who often expressed his political views on social media. Musk argued that Goldberg's statements were baseless, inflammatory, and misleading to the public. He publicly rebuked Goldberg on the social media platform X, formerly Twitter, accusing her of spreading false information to smear the administration and its supporters, including himself. Taking it a step further, Musk decided to file a lawsuit against Goldberg, accusing her of defamation and damage to his reputation. This move by Musk immediately set the stage for an unprecedented legal battle between one of the world's most powerful billionaires and a Hollywood cultural icon. In his lawsuit, Musk emphasized that Goldberg's statements not only harmed his reputation but also negatively impacted his businesses and public image. As someone with global influence, Musk argued that he could not allow such unfounded accusations to spread without legal action. In response, Goldberg remained undeterred. She publicly addressed the situation during a broadcast of The View, asserting, "If you want to sue me for speaking my mind, go ahead. But remember, I'm not afraid of the truth." Goldberg's firm stance and willingness to confront Musk only heightened public interest in the case. However, what initially appeared to be a civil lawsuit centered around defamation allegations quickly escalated in an unexpected direction. The FBI suddenly became involved in the case after uncovering evidence related to Goldberg. According to unverified sources, investigators obtained documents suggesting Goldberg might have accessed or disclosed sensitive information concerning Musk and other powerful figures in politics. The FBI's involvement transformed the case from a personal legal dispute into a serious criminal investigation, raising new questions about the true nature of the incident. Just hours before the FBI officially issued the arrest warrant, Goldberg unexpectedly left the U.S. on a private flight to an undisclosed location. This action caused a public uproar and further deepened the mystery surrounding the lawsuit. Some speculate that Goldberg had prior knowledge of the warrant and decided to leave the country to avoid arrest. Her supporters argue that this was a reasonable act of self-defense, given the possibility that she could become the victim of a political conspiracy. Meanwhile, her critics claim that this move is clear evidence that Goldberg has something to hide. Goldberg's departure from the U.S. not only sent shockwaves through Hollywood but also raised numerous questions about the severity of the case and the role of powerful forces in propelling the investigation. In a brief statement, the FBI confirmed that they had issued a warrant for Goldberg and were actively coordinating with international agencies to locate her. However, the agency declined to disclose details about the evidence leading to the warrant, leaving the public more curious and skeptical. The confrontation between Goldberg and Musk has quickly become a media spectacle, not only because of the fame of the two individuals involved but also due to the broader issues the case brings to light. This is not just a story about a typical defamation lawsuit but a power struggle involving Hollywood, politics, and technology, where the lines between truth, law, and influence have become blurrier than ever. From defamation to criminal investigation. As the lawsuit between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg garnered increasing attention, the details surrounding the FBI's warrant only deepened public confusion and raised many questions. Initially, the case was perceived as a personal legal confrontation, a tech billionaire suing a famous actress over remarks made on television. However, with the FBI's involvement and its issuance of a warrant for Goldberg, the matter transcended the realm of civil disputes. The involvement of this federal agency transformed the case into a criminal investigation, prompting speculation about the true nature of the case. Was this an ordinary legal issue, or a carefully disguised political and power purge? The lawsuit between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg began as a familiar legal dispute in the entertainment world, a defamation case involving controversial remarks. According to Musk's lawsuit, Goldberg used The View to publicly criticize the policies of former President Donald Trump's administration, particularly those related to immigrant deportation. On the show, Goldberg not only expressed strong opposition to policies she believed infringed on personal freedoms but also subtly suggested that powerful figures like Elon Musk, a known Trump supporter, might be benefiting from such policies. Specifically, Goldberg declared on live television, "These policies don't just hurt lawful immigrants but create a system where anyone can become a target, even if they've done nothing wrong. Those in power, the billionaires, they're always finding ways to exploit policies like this to strengthen their positions." Although Goldberg didn't explicitly name Musk, her comments were quickly linked to the billionaire by the public and the media, due to his connections to the Trump administration and his public support for some of the former president's controversial policies. Goldberg's remarks rapidly spread across social media and news outlets, igniting a wave of debate. For Musk, these comments were more than just personal criticism. He viewed them as defamation that damaged his reputation and negatively impacted his image. As someone renowned not only for pioneering technological advancements but also under constant public scrutiny, Musk claimed in his lawsuit that Goldberg's statements were baseless, misleading, and deliberately harmful to his reputation and business ventures. While defamation lawsuits among celebrities often remain confined to civil disputes, this case quickly escalated to something far more serious. At first, Goldberg appeared calm in the face of the allegations. During a broadcast following Musk's filing of the lawsuit, she boldly stated, "If he wants to sue me for speaking my mind, then go ahead. I'm not afraid to face the truth." Goldberg's confident demeanor led many to believe the case would simply evolve into a prolonged legal battle with little consequence. However, the situation took a dramatic turn when the FBI unexpectedly became involved. According to reports, the agency claimed to have uncovered significant evidence related to Goldberg, shifting the case from a personal dispute between her and Musk to a large-scale criminal investigation. Anonymous sources revealed that the FBI discovered Goldberg's possible involvement in accessing or disclosing classified documents, making it impossible for the agency to overlook the matter. The FBI's involvement in what initially appeared to be a civil lawsuit sparked numerous questions and suspicions. Legal analysts suggested that for the agency to officially launch a criminal investigation, there must be evidence indicating that the case had escalated beyond a personal conflict and into a matter of national security or public interest. This raised a critical question: what exactly did Goldberg do to attract the FBI's attention? One theory suggested that Goldberg might have accessed sensitive information about Elon Musk through unofficial channels. Some unverified reports claimed that Goldberg had been in contact with an investigative journalist or even a well-known hacker group specializing in exposing the secrets of the elite. If this were true, the issue would no longer be about Goldberg's statements on television but her behind-the-scenes actions, which the FBI could not ignore. On the other hand, some speculated that the FBI's involvement resulted from pressure exerted by powerful forces, including Musk or his allies within the administration. This raised suspicions that the lawsuit was not just a legal battle but a power struggle where political and economic players were leveraging the legal system to achieve their goals. Moreover, the FBI's issuance of a warrant for Whoopi Goldberg was an unusual move in civil lawsuits, suggesting that the agency had uncovered elements far beyond the scope of typical defamation cases. According to unconfirmed sources, the FBI had gathered documents and information indicating that Goldberg might have accessed or even disclosed classified information related to influential figures in politics and technology, including Elon Musk. Some reports even suggested that Goldberg had ties to a notorious hacker group specializing in revealing sensitive information about powerful individuals. Notably, despite the issuance of the warrant, the FBI has kept the specific details of the evidence it gathered under wraps. This secrecy has only fueled public skepticism. Did Goldberg truly commit a crime, or was she the victim of a larger conspiracy, where powerful entities were using the legal system to silence her? Some analysts speculated that the FBI's involvement in the case might have been the result of pressure from powerful forces, including Musk and the Trump administration, individuals with vested interests in discrediting Goldberg. A major question remains: is Goldberg guilty of breaking the law, or is she merely a victim of political retribution? Goldberg's supporters argue that she is a fearless advocate for justice and truth. For years, Goldberg has openly criticized the government, major corporations, and even her peers in the entertainment industry. This outspokenness has made her a thorn in the side of many powerful individuals. However, the evidence reportedly held by the FBI, though not yet disclosed, has made it difficult for the public to dismiss the possibility that Goldberg may have indeed broken the law. A popular theory is that in her effort to expose the truth, Goldberg may have crossed legal boundaries by using or disclosing sensitive information she was not authorized to access. If true, the case would not merely be a legal dispute but a serious matter involving national security. As Goldberg faces severe allegations, Elon Musk's role in the matter has also been subject to controversy. As one of the world's wealthiest individuals, Musk is known not only for his technological achievements but also for his provocative statements and complex relationships with political figures. Critics of Musk argue that the lawsuit is not merely an effort to protect his reputation but also a way to use his influence to silence a vocal critic. While Musk has portrayed himself as a staunch advocate of free speech, his decision to sue Goldberg raises questions about the contradictions in his messaging. Some analysts believe that by pushing Goldberg into a criminal investigation, Musk is not only defending his reputation but also sending a strong message to those who might criticize him in the future. However, Musk's supporters counter that he has every right to protect himself against what they see as baseless accusations from Goldberg. Another complicating factor is Musk's relationship with the Trump administration. As a Trump supporter, Musk is believed to have close ties to key figures in the government. This has prompted suspicions that the administration may have intervened in the case to protect Musk and undermine Goldberg, a frequent critic of the administration. While the White House has denied any allegations of interference, the ambiguity surrounding the handling of the case has only deepened public suspicion. The lawsuit between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg, with the FBI's involvement, has far exceeded the bounds of an ordinary legal dispute. This is not merely a story of two famous individuals but a manifestation of a larger power struggle where the lines between justice and politics have blurred. With the FBI warrant still in effect and critical details yet to be revealed, the public can only speculate about the truth behind the case. Is Goldberg a lawbreaker or a victim of a conspiracy? Is Musk genuinely seeking to protect his reputation, or is he using the lawsuit to consolidate power? These questions will continue to provoke debate until all the mysteries are unraveled. The hidden aspects of the case. One of the biggest questions surrounding the lawsuit is, what exactly did Whoopi Goldberg do that prompted the FBI to intervene in what initially seemed like a purely civil dispute? At first, Elon Musk's lawsuit was limited to accusations of defamation and damage to reputation, a fairly common type of dispute among celebrities. However, the FBI's involvement elevated the case, turning it into a criminal investigation tied to national security. Indirect sources suggest that the FBI has gathered evidence indicating that Goldberg may have accessed or disclosed classified information related to powerful figures, including Musk. However, the nature of this evidence has not been made public, sparking a series of theories. Did Goldberg actually possess sensitive information? And if so, how did she gain access to it? Some believe Goldberg may have reached out to investigative journalists or even hacker groups to gather information. Yet, others theorize that she might simply be a victim, trapped by a larger, more powerful force. Another question is, what role did Elon Musk play in pushing the investigation into criminal territory? As the plaintiff in the lawsuit, Musk clearly has a vested interest in using the legal system to protect his reputation. However, the escalation from a civil lawsuit to a criminal investigation raises questions about the extent of Musk's influence over government agencies. Amid these unanswered questions, the lawsuit has become fertile ground for conspiracy theories as the public tries to uncover what is truly happening behind the scenes. One of the most widely circulated theories is that Goldberg may have accidentally, or intentionally, accessed sensitive information about Elon Musk and other powerful figures in technology and politics. According to this theory, the FBI's investigation and arrest warrant are not simply about Goldberg's remarks on television but are instead a deliberate effort to silence her before she can publicly reveal this information. Goldberg's motives for accessing such sensitive information have also been a topic of debate. Some argue that, in her role as a talk show host and social activist, Goldberg sought to expose the darker sides of major tech corporations, including issues like personal data control, media manipulation, and political influence. In recent years, Musk has become a symbol of the immense power held by tech billionaires, individuals who not only control major corporations but also wield significant influence on social media platforms. This has placed him in direct opposition to figures like Goldberg, who frequently criticize the concentration of power in the hands of a few elite individuals. Unconfirmed reports suggest that during the investigation, the FBI seized Goldberg's personal computers and devices, which may have contained documents related to Musk's secret activities or those of other influential individuals. Some theories go further, claiming that Goldberg collaborated with investigative journalists or even well-known hacker groups to obtain this information. These groups, often operating in the shadows, have the capacity to access documents that even governments find difficult to control. If this theory is true, the FBI's actions may not solely be about upholding justice but could also represent an effort to protect powerful entities from exposure. Goldberg supporters argue that she is not a criminal but a courageous individual standing up against large corporations and political forces. This case has quickly evolved beyond the boundaries of a simple defamation lawsuit. It now stands as a potential battleground for larger issues, including the influence of tech billionaires, the role of whistleblowers, and the extent of government involvement in suppressing dissent. While the FBI has not yet disclosed specific details about the evidence it has gathered, the secrecy surrounding the investigation only fuels public speculation. Is Goldberg truly guilty of accessing classified information, or is she being targeted as part of a larger campaign to silence dissenting voices? As the case unfolds, the answers to these questions remain unclear, leaving the public to grapple with the possibility that this situation is more than just a legal dispute. It may be a conflict where power, influence, and justice collide. Hypothesis 2: Musk uses his power to silence Goldberg. Another hypothesis focuses on Elon Musk's role and motives in the lawsuit. According to this theory, Musk is not merely someone whose reputation has been damaged but is leveraging the lawsuit to eliminate one of his most vocal critics. For years, Musk has been unafraid to use his financial power and influence to confront the media and his detractors. Proponents of this theory argue that the lawsuit and subsequent criminal investigation are not just about protecting Musk's reputation but also serve as a clear warning: anyone who dares to criticize him or the policies he supports will face serious consequences. This is not only a way to control public discourse but also a strategic move to consolidate Musk's power in the spheres he operates in, including technology, politics, and media. A notable aspect of this theory is Musk's relationship with the Trump administration. Musk has been known to support some of Trump's policies, particularly in the areas of economics and industry. While Musk may not have been entirely close to the administration, this connection has raised suspicions that he may have leveraged his political ties to push for a criminal investigation against Goldberg. Analysts have also questioned why the FBI became involved in what was initially a civil matter. Did Musk use his influence to escalate the investigation, transforming the lawsuit into a tool to eliminate Goldberg? If this is true, the lawsuit is not merely a legal dispute but a power struggle in which Musk seeks to assert his dominance by suppressing dissenting voices. Hypothesis 3: A larger political and power conspiracy. Beyond the tense relationship between Goldberg and Musk, another hypothesis suggests that the lawsuit is part of a broader political conspiracy. According to this theory, Goldberg is not just a talk show host and actress but also a prominent voice in political and social matters. She has frequently criticized the Trump administration, particularly on issues like immigration policies and personal freedoms. The theory posits that the lawsuit and arrest warrant are a means to silence Goldberg, who is regarded as one of the loudest voices opposing conservative policies and the concentration of power in the hands of the elite. Some believe that Goldberg is being targeted not because she has done anything wrong but because she poses a threat to powerful forces seeking to control public opinion. In this context, Elon Musk is seen as a pawn in a larger game, where political and economic forces are collaborating to maintain their grip on power. The FBI's involvement in the matter further lends credibility to this theory, as the agency typically intervenes only in cases involving national interests or powerful individuals. While these conspiracy theories may sound exaggerated, they are not without merit. In a world where information is power, those who hold sensitive information can become targets of political and legal attacks. Goldberg, as a prominent talk show host and social activist, could have easily become a target for powerful interests, especially given her outspoken criticism of them. However, it is important to acknowledge that these theories remain speculative. There is no concrete evidence to suggest that Goldberg actually possesses sensitive information or that Musk used his influence to escalate the investigation. Still, the ambiguity surrounding the handling of the case, combined with the high-profile nature of the individuals involved, has fueled suspicions that cannot be ignored. One of the central issues in this case is the question of the limits of free speech. Goldberg's supporters argue that she is simply exercising her right to express her opinions, a right protected by the U.S. Constitution. However, Musk supporters counter that freedom of speech does not include the right to spread false information or damage someone's reputation. This lawsuit highlights a broader issue in modern American society: to what extent are influential figures, such as artists and celebrities, allowed to exercise their freedom of speech before facing legal accountability? Goldberg, as a Hollywood icon, is not just an individual but a powerful voice with significant influence. This raises the question: does she have the right to use her influence to criticize powerful figures without facing consequences? Conversely, Musk, as one of the richest men in the world, also faces scrutiny over how he wields his power. Is this lawsuit simply about protecting his reputation, or is it a way for him to send a message that anyone who dares to criticize him will face severe repercussions? One undeniable fact is that the lawsuit between Goldberg and Musk has become a symbol of a larger power struggle. While Musk represents the tech billionaire class, with its economic power and ability to shape the future, Goldberg embodies Hollywood, long considered a bastion of free speech and progressive values. This confrontation is not just a story of two individuals but a reflection of tensions between two powerful forces vying for control of public discourse. In a world where information is power, this lawsuit underscores the reality that power lies not only in wealth or fame but also in the ability to control the narrative being told. How did public opinion and Hollywood react? As soon as news of the lawsuit was made public, opinion split into two opposing camps. On one side were those who supported Goldberg, believing she was the victim of a suppressive campaign aimed at silencing someone who dared to speak the truth. These supporters argued that Goldberg was merely exercising her right to free speech and expressing her views on sensitive political issues. To them, Musk's lawsuit wasn't just an act of protecting his reputation but also an attempt to use power to suppress dissenting voices. Slogans like "Whoopi is innocent" and "This is a witch hunt" appeared everywhere, from online forums to real-life protests. Conversely, Musk supporters argued that no one, not even celebrities like Goldberg, has the right to speak without accountability. They believed Goldberg had abused her platform to spread false information, mislead the public, and harm both Musk's reputation and Trump administration policies, which they deemed necessary. From this perspective, Musk's decision to sue was seen as justified and essential to uphold justice. Slogans like "Nobody is above the law" and "Goldberg must be held accountable" frequently surfaced during debates. On social media, the lawsuit sparked heated arguments, with millions of posts, comments, and analysis videos flooding the platforms. Goldberg supporters often shared clips from The View, where she had strongly voiced her opinions on political issues, emphasizing that she was merely exercising her right to free speech. Meanwhile, Musk's defenders frequently cited his statements on the social media platform X, arguing that Goldberg had crossed the line between personal expression and public defamation. Hollywood, where Goldberg was once a beloved and powerful figure, was also swept into the wave of controversy. However, reactions from stars and Goldberg's colleagues were mixed and, in some cases, surprising. Some of Goldberg's close associates publicly defended her. Joy Behar, her longtime co-host on The View, expressed her support without hesitation. "I've worked with Whoopi for years, and I know she's outspoken but always honest. Something about this doesn't add up. I don't believe Whoopi broke the law." Another panelist, Anna Navarro, also called the lawsuit an attack on free speech. These statements reinforced the confidence of those siding with Goldberg. However, the notable silence of many other celebrities who were once close to Goldberg raised eyebrows. Those who had worked with her on iconic films like Sister Act or The Color Purple remained silent. Even major stars like Oprah Winfrey, who had a long-standing friendship with Goldberg, kept completely quiet. This led the public to question, do they truly believe Goldberg is innocent, or are they deliberately distancing themselves from a scandal they fear could harm their own reputations? On the other hand, some entertainment industry figures used the opportunity to criticize Goldberg. A veteran actor who had worked with her remarked, "Maybe it's time for everyone to take responsibility for their words and actions. No one can live above the law forever." While such opinions were few, they added to the growing division within Hollywood. The impact on Goldberg's career. Beyond the legal and ethical controversies, the lawsuit between Whoopi Goldberg and Elon Musk has had severe consequences for the veteran actress's career. Once a respected star in both entertainment and social activism, Goldberg now faces skepticism and hesitation from an industry she has dedicated decades to. From the outset of the lawsuit, several film and television projects Goldberg was involved in were postponed or cancelled. Producers, wary of financial and reputational risks, quickly withdrew from collaborations with her. One of Goldberg's most high-profile projects, a family comedy film backed by a major studio, was suspended indefinitely. According to an insider from Hollywood, major sponsors for the film pulled out immediately after the FBI officially joined the investigation, leaving the project in limbo. Additionally, television programs featuring Goldberg, including The View, were severely affected. Several major sponsors of the show withdrew their advertising contracts, creating budget challenges for the network. A Hollywood insider revealed, "Hollywood can be forgiving, but only if you can prove your innocence." If the lawsuit tilts against Goldberg, it will be nearly impossible for her to reclaim her former stature. Goldberg's reputation, once regarded as a symbol of success, outspoken advocacy, and trailblazing achievements in entertainment, is now under intense scrutiny. The films and television shows she was involved in, once considered classics, have also been tarnished by the scandal. Some critics argue that even if Goldberg is exonerated, the lawsuit has left an indelible mark on her legacy. One notable example is Sister Act, one of Goldberg's most successful films, celebrated as a comedic and feminist icon. After the scandal broke, plans to reboot or create a sequel to the movie were cancelled. Producers worried that associating with Goldberg at this time might damage their reputations. Other classics like The Color Purple and Ghost, adored by generations of audiences, have also felt the ripple effects. Several television networks have reduced the frequency of rerunning these films to avoid unnecessary controversy. Beyond losing new career opportunities, Goldberg has faced criticism from some of her peers in the industry. While many have supported her, others have distanced themselves or openly expressed doubts about her actions in the lawsuit. One anonymous producer remarked, "Hollywood is always ready to elevate you, but it won't hesitate to tear you down if you become a liability." Goldberg is facing just that. One of the clearest signs of her declining reputation is the shift in attitude from major studios and sponsors. Companies that previously collaborated with Goldberg have become more cautious about including her in future projects. A representative from a major film studio candidly admitted, "We can't take the risk of associating with someone under criminal investigation, no matter how talented or famous they may be. It's a matter of credibility and long-term interests." Sponsors, vital to sustaining the careers of Hollywood stars, have also distanced themselves from Goldberg. Several major brands that collaborated with her in advertising campaigns have terminated contracts or chosen not to renew them. This has not only cost Goldberg significant income but also severely damaged her commercial image. As the lawsuit continues and the FBI's findings remain undisclosed, Goldberg's future hangs in uncertainty. If she is convicted or fails to regain public trust, her career might come to an end. Even if she is proven innocent, restoring her image will be an uphill battle. Goldberg is not only facing judgment from the legal system but also from the very industry that once celebrated her. Hollywood, while known for glorifying its stars, is equally infamous for its unforgiving nature when a reputation is tarnished. Goldberg now finds herself in a fight not just to defend her honor but also to confront an industry ready to discard those who no longer fit its idealized image. The impact of the lawsuit extends beyond her career and into her personal life. Known not only as an artist but also as a social activist and advocate for justice and human rights, Goldberg's image has been overshadowed by the controversy, prompting many to question her true motivations. Once seen as a symbol of honesty and courage, Goldberg is now regarded as a polarizing figure. This loss doesn't just affect her career, it also undermines the trust and admiration the public once had for her. Whoopi Goldberg's life and career now stand at an unpredictable crossroads. The reputation she spent decades building is at risk of being permanently tarnished. Even if she is proven innocent, this lawsuit has already left a stain that may be impossible to erase in the eyes of the public and her peers. For Goldberg, the years ahead will not only be a battle to defend her honor but also a journey to reclaim her place in an entertainment industry that has drastically changed. The biggest question following this lawsuit is, what will Goldberg do next? Will she return to the United States to face the legal system and seek justice, or will she choose a life of seclusion, staying away from the spotlight and the relentless scrutiny of the media? Given Goldberg's strong personality, the public anticipates a bold move from her. However, there is also the possibility that she may withdraw to protect herself and her family. Regardless of the outcome, this case will forever be remembered as one of the most shocking events in Hollywood's history. It marks a pivotal moment in how we view the relationship between art, freedom of speech, and power in the modern era. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Whoopi Goldberg is truly a victim in this case, or is she planning a strategic escape? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.